Hey, hope everyone's doing good today. So, about a week ago, Xtool emailed me and asked me if I'd be interested in reviewing their IP608 scan tool. I told them sure. So they sent it to me. Now, this is real similar to the IP508S, which I reviewed about a year ago probably. I'll put a link in the description. Very similar. The main differences is this is an all systems scan tool, and it has 30 services. Now, in all systems, we'll scan every single module on your car. So if you have 25 modules, it'll scan all 25. The IP508 was I think a 5-system scan tool. And this has 30 services, which is, the services like an oil reset, activating your electronic parking brake so you can put rear brakes on your car, things like that. Throttle body reset, DPF, so let's take this out of the box and let's take a look at it. So what we got is a packing list, quick start guide, charge adapters depending on what part of the world you're in. Now I believe this will charge through the OBD connector, so that's always a good thing. And then it's got a USB cord. Now, just some quick information about this scan tool. This is in all systems. It has 30 services. It's running Android 10. Has lifetime tech support and lifetime updates. So you don't have to pay for updates for this scan tool. It has remote assistance if you ever need that. Comes with a 2-year warranty. Has a quad-core processor. You can export your data, and it supports both 2.4G and 5G Wi-Fi. So this is the back of it. Here's the top, USB, your serial port for your cable, charge port, and on-off switch. So let's go ahead and turn it on. We'll see how long it takes to boot up. It does have graphing. It has 8-in-1 graphing, so you can have 8 little graphing windows up on the scanner at once. And if it graphs as good as the 508, which I'm sure it will, very, very responsive and very good graphing abilities. Now, the first thing I'm going to do whenever we get this turned on, I'm going to go ahead and get this connected up to my... This is the first time I've turned it on. I have not taken this out of the box. You're seeing exactly the way it would boot up if you bought one and got it and you just turned it or pulled it out of the box. I don't know if I can do a screen record yet. I'm hoping this is going to record the screen. Now it's got trial, start activation. I'm going to go ahead and hit start activation. It's probably going to have me put my Wi-Fi information in, which I will. I'm going to do the 5G. Let me put in my password here. Get connected up. Okay, asking me for my email. Activation success. So that's how easy it is to activate. And we're going to see right out of the box how many updates it's going to show that it's going to need, and then I'm going to update it. I'm going to turn the camera off to do the updates, and then once it's fully updated, we're going to hook it to my truck. We might hook it to my Jeep and just see what they both have to offer, or what the scan tool has to offer on both those vehicles. So you can see right there it's showing 177 updates. Let me see. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to do screen record for you guys so you guys can... So there's the first screen after you've activated it and you've got it connected to your Wi-Fi. It's showing 177 updates. So we're going to go ahead and do all the updates. Might take about 15-20 minutes with this amount of updates, but it is what it is. So I'm going to turn the camera off, and then I will turn it on. Let me go ahead and just hit all, and we'll start doing the updates. And then whenever it's finished, I'm going to turn the camera back on. Alright guys, so we've got it all updated. Also, before I forget, I want to mention that they do make a case for this. It's only about 20 bucks. I'll put a link down in the description. So if you want to have a nice case to put it in, you can do that. So let's just go ahead and punch around on some of these buttons real quick. We'll start down here, the lower right. Got the user manual right there. Of course, you got settings. Be able to go in and select a few things there. Of course, updates. Not going to be any updates right now because we just updated it. You got remote control. All that is if you're having problems with the scan tool, you can contact Xtool and they can remote in and help you out with it. Report, diagnosis report, data playback and file manager, and then special functions. This is where your the services that this scan tool is capable of is going to come about. So of course, TPMS resets, steering angle, sensor reset, oil reset, EPB, electronic parking brake, battery management system reset, and I accidentally hit that. Throttle body, relearn, injector coding, DPF for the diesel guys, ABS bleeding, instrument cluster, power balance, seat match, language change, transport mode, add blue reset, AD blue. I'm not sure exactly. I thought that was DPF. I guess DPF and that add blue is two different things. Control unit reset, air fuel reset, gearbox matching, start stop, right VIN, EGR learn, AC relearn, headlight, windows initialization, VGT, relearn, suspension, electronic pump, NOx, airbag, and tire upgrade. So that's quite a few resets that you can do. So let's go hook this up to the truck and let's see what capabilities it's going to have. The truck I'm hooking it to is a 2016 GMC Sierra. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is go into diagnosis, and the reason is I want to show you where you get to a few things. Now this is where you can manually punch in the vehicle that you're working on. Now you can also, if you look in the upper left corner, OBD2, that's where your generic OBD2 functions are at, and that's where you're going to get to your IM readiness. I get a lot of questions as to where you get to the IM readiness, or if the D8 and the D8 BT, the D7, all the different scan tools, if they support IM readiness, and they all do, but you get to it through the OBD2 button right there. You go to OBD2, and that's where your IM readiness is going to be. So we're just going to do an auto scan, and we're going to let it scan the truck here. Now this truck, if I remember right, it's got 18 or 19 modules. So it's detected the VIN, GMC Sierra, turn the ignition switch, and it's saying the ignition must be off, but it's hot. I've got the AC going, the engine is running, so we're going to see how that does. We're just going to do, now if you hit system selection, you can manually select any of the modules that this truck could have had on it. But we're going to hit automatic scan, and what it's going to do is it's going to go down and it's going to scan all the modules on the truck and find them all. And like I said, it should be, I think, 18 or 19 modules on this truck. I can't remember exactly. It's been a while since I've actually had a scan tool hooked to this truck. And I'm going to pay attention to the upper right corner. I think it's at 87%. If it goes higher, that's going to tell us that it's going to charge through the OBD2 cord. So we're at 17 modules so far, 18, 19. There's 31 total modules that this truck could have came with. Okay, so let's see, how many modules So okay, the truck's got 20 modules. And as you can see, any vehicle that's got this amount of modules, it's not uncommon to have a few codes. But that's a good thing in this case, because like seat memory module, I'm going to highlight that. We're going to go into diagnose, and we're going to see what kind of codes it's got. And well, I'm not sure what they're going to be. The seat memory works. Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking. The vibrators, the haptic sensors, they actually are not working anymore on this truck. I've got to replace them. I actually did a video years ago on fixing the left-hand side. So let's see here. Let's go ahead and go back. We'll nothing in the ECM, electronic brake. We're going to kick on. We're going to make sure that this tool will at least kick on like the ABS pump, just to show you that the tool is capable of doing what it, what it's supposed to do. But before I do, I want to show you the graphing abilities of this scanner. Diagnose. This has got the 8-speed M5U transmission. Okay, we're going to go into live data. We're just going to do engine data. And what I want to show you, not only is it going to list all the engine data that you need, and now this scan tool is not only going to list generic engine data, it's going to list all your manufacturer specific engine data also. So you can look down in the lower left, it's showing 73 data PIDs just in the engine data list. And what I was wanting to do was some graphing. So if you look over here in the right, you got a little down arrow. If you click that, that opens up the graph right there. Let me rev the engine a little bit just to show you how responsive the graphing is on these Xtool scanners. The graphing looks beautiful too, just the smoothness of it. So, and I actually didn't mean to go all the way back like that, so let me go back. We're just going to select engine speed. We'll select a few here. A few that'll move is what we need. Mass airflow. We can do accelerator position and throttle position. We'll just do those. Now you can record also. You can see the record button, but we're going to hit custom. That's going to list just those data PIDs. So we've got 4 data PIDs. Okay, so at this point, what I want to do, let's see, what do I want to do? Pause. I'm trying to figure out the graphing. Give me a minute. Data export, record. Maybe this is not where you do the multiple graphing. There we go. That's what I was wanting to see right there. So the screen is kind of small, but you can see it. And if you was needing to do, multiple graphs, you can actually do that. And you can, of course, you can export the data so that you can review it later on. Now, if you look, so you've got the different colored graphing lines up in the upper part of the legend here. You can actually see, like the dark blue is engine speed, the purple is accelerator pedal position, and so on. So let's go ahead and exit out of that. Let's go over here to accelerator pedal, because that's always a good one to look at. So you can see at the very bottom is where I'm going to push down on the accelerator pedal. And you can see that graph of it. Graphing is very useful, by the way. You want a scan tool. Some of the scan tools that I've reviewed, the graphing was so-so, but I've always been impressed with Xtool's smoothness of their graphing ability. They've had their little quirks too, but they've actually fixed that, at least on the D8 and I believe the D7 and probably the D9. I'd love to review a D9. Anyway, you can see you got misfire data. You know, this is GM's preset data PIDs that you can pick from. One other thing that's this scan tool is supposed to be able to do. See where it says read ECU information? That is supposed to give you all the information about the ECU, part numbers, software part numbers. So if you wanted to see if your software in your computer was up to date, or if you come across a service bulletin that listed a particular part number software in your computer because you're having a particular issue and you're wanting to find out if there's an updated software, well, you can pull the software up that's in your computer and find out what version you've got and find out if a software update could possibly fix your issue. So that's pretty handy to have. Of course, read trouble codes, clear codes. Anyway, I don't want to make this video any longer than normal. Of course, you can clear all the Dtc'S, which I'm going to do because I don't have any problems with this truck. So I'm just going to go ahead and clear the Dtc'S. And we'll go from there. And the you can see in the upper right corner, it's now 92%. So it does charge through the data cable. And what's nice about that is if you use this on a somewhat regular basis, it'll stay charged up all the time. As soon as you plug it into a car, it's going to charge. When I first got my D8, before I had my D8 BT, I never literally I had it about 6 months. I never had to put it on the charger to charge because I used it enough to where every time I plugged it into a car, it always kept it topped off. So I always liked that, and that's the one thing that I miss about the D8 versus the D8 BT. The BT's obviously Bluetooth, and you've got to plug it in to charge it up. Anyway, I was thinking about hooking it up to the Jeep. This video's probably already gotten longer than what most people want to sit through. So I'm going to end the video here. If you want to see it hooked to the Jeep, leave me some comments. If you've got a Chrysler product and you want to see the functions that this scan tool has on a Jeep, the one thing I was also going to do, leave a comment for me for that. I wanted to kick on the ABS pump. Just to show you whether or not this scan tool will indeed kick on the pump like it should. Now hopefully you're going to be able to hear this. Let me turn that AC off. And there's the pump. You hear the ABS pump? So it just kicked on. So, and then you can see the countdown. Please wait 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1. There you go. And then it tells you what you need to do. Attach the bleeder bottle to the right front bleeder screw, and you'd go around and you'd bleed your brakes. And each time you are at a brake bleeder port, it's going to kick the pump on for you. And it's going to bleed out your entire system. Let's see, what else can we do? What other options does this have that you guys may or may not want to see? I don't know. Throttle relearn, power balance. AC relearn, let's do that. And what that does, I need to do that anyway. America's, GM, that calibrates all your doors, your AC doors and actuators. That your blend air door, recirc door, and mode control door. It will calibrate those for you. And I don't know if you're going to be able to hear it or not. I hope you can. Not Not sure which one I need to push there, but we'll just go with that one. This is an L83 engine. This does have auto, dual zone, AC, special functions, aircraft, HVAC actuators learn. Turn vehicle on, it is. I'm going to put the microphone under the dash. Hopefully, all that came through. But I could hear all the actuators moving. And what it does is it moves the actuators from one extreme to the other. So full open, full closed, measures how much current. I believe this is the way it works. Whenever the actuator gets to its stop, or when the door hits its stop, the computer detects how much more current the actuator's trying to pull, and it knows that that's hit its stop, whether it's full open or full closed. And then it goes the other way and does the same thing. And so the computer then remembers how many counts the actuator had to do to get either to full closed or full open. And it knows whenever it gets to those many counts to stop trying to drive the door any more than that. So anyway, but hopefully you heard all the actuators moving. So that worked. Anyway, we're going to end this video. Like I say, if you want to see it hooked to the Jeep, let me know, and I'll do another quick walkthrough with this tool hooked to the Jeep. Anyway, this is the IP608 all systems Xtool scanner that has 30 special functions. You guys take care.